What's up, everybody? Drew from Shred Sessions. I'm here with my boys Taylor and Gabe from Chamber. Guys, I feel like I've known you guys since you were playing metal in diapers, you know, like since you were
we used to be in a band together, bro.
I know. We played in a couple bands.
Deaf Kid. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and you played a couple gigs with Mir, I want to say, as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, feel free to
appreciate you.
Feel free to grab the mic. But
yeah.
Taylor Carpenter, Gabe, is it Manuel or Manuel? How does that? How do you pronounce that, bro?
So I think like 500 years ago, it was probably Manuel, but I come from a family of East Texas rednecks.
Hell yeah.
So it's Manuel now.
Manuel.
Yeah, it's Manuel now.
Good deal.
Either way is fine.
So how do you guys feel about playing Gidmas this year? This is pretty exciting, right?
I'm excited, man. Yeah, it's bands that we love, and also just like a lot of our friends are playing. So we've been looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Have you guys played Gidmas before?
No. I didn't. I think this is the first Gidmas, right? Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I thought they've done this like in other cities before or something. Like
I should know more.
I should know that too. But
at least this is the first one here that I know about. So yeah, I'm pumped to be on it for sure.
Yeah, I want to get kind of the gear nerdy shit out of the way because we do have we are Shred Sessions, so we have a lot of gear nerd people. So Gabe, I want to start with you. Talk about your guitar setup that you use live. Has it changed over the years? Is it pretty much the same? Tell us about your setup.
Yeah, for a long time, I don't know, I've always had some variation of a 5150 circuit in my life.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Hanging Moon with Josh, if you remember, it was a VTM, which is like a predecessor to the 5150, of course. Great amp. When Chambers started, I bought a 5153. The 50-watt 6L6 guy. Pedal board was just like classic shit, like TS9, Swollen Pickle for boost, Neoclone for chorus. But like many people, tubes died on me on tour. We did a tour with 18 Visions.
Oh, look who's crashing.
Oh, shit.
Just got crashed on, dude. Coming for you next.
I love
man.
that bastard, dude. We did that tour with 18 Visions we did a couple years ago where every band on the tour had a 5150 that died.
No way.
And
they're not supposed to die. I thought they were like
And on the
tanks.
last like 2 days of the tour, everyone on one side was just using my 5150. And like I can't remember what setup was on the other side, but like my 5150 also died that night. Like fuse blew or some dumb shit. And I was like, all right, fuck this. Like, as amazing as this sounds, I want to try something in modeling world. So I went Kemper for like a year, and it was cool. We just have too many effects changes, and we've never been like, we've had him on Click before, but we've never been a tracks band.
Yeah,
really.
I wouldn't think so for you guys.
So like triggering effects changes via MIDI to a click was not an option, and you only have 5 patches per scene or whatever Kemper calls it, and that just wasn't enough for me, unfortunately, because we have like subtle changes with the pitch stuff that we do.
Yeah.
One we have on that's like way more drastic for chug parts, where we have the +1 pitch effect on, and that's like subtly different than the noodly one. Then there's chorus, and I play more of the lead parts too, like verbed out. So I needed like 7 patches, and I was like, okay, quad cortex time, and that's what I'm rocking now. I really love it. My patch is like pretty simple, like from Cortex Cloud. This dude Pete from Bricktop Studios, like works with Andy Nelson there. He captured his dual rec, and Austin Evans from Orthodox put me on to the patch. Give him some credit, or the capture, or whatever you call it. And it's just like a dual rec patch with the subs and lows dialed way back to get that under control, because dual recs can be very boomy, and we have a lot of like fast stuff going on. So I think it's like the best of both worlds. Clear enough to come through, but still chonky.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm using now. Quad Cortex into a Seymour Duncan Power Stage 700. As far as like effects, the pitch stuff that I mentioned, and I think I've got a capture of like a Boss Super Overdrive.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Very cool.
I keep it pretty simple. I try to just emulate like an actual amp / pedalboard chain. I know some people get real crazy with it, like have 2 captures of amps going at the same time.
Right.
I think that's cool. I just I don't know. I feel like
who's going to hear that?
I would get lost in the weeds personally, even setting that up. So yeah, that's
now,
kind of a summary.
Are you driving like a power amp, and a cabinet?
Oh yeah,
with that,
yeah,
because you like the cab on stage. Yeah,
cabs always for us. I feel like nothing against more capital M metalcore bands, shall we call them, that do not have cabs. I think it can work really well depending on the band, but there's an oomph that is lost for sure. And like, I don't know, I think if you're on ears, for instance, like a lot of bands are, having a cab on stage can probably fuck you up, especially if you have like a crowd mic on the front of the stage.
Yeah,
I could see how that, like the bleed would fuck you up and be more trouble than it's worth. But since we're just like a monitor band playing tiny bars and DIY spots, it's like, yes, cabs are awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. Like, when you don't have that cabinet there, it kind of sucks the energy out of the room in a way.
Dude, there's like a rattle in the floor that you miss without it.
For sure.
What's up, brother?
100%. All right, Taylor, talk to us about shells, cymbals, and pedals. Like, what do you like to use, man?
Cymbals, I got all Zildjian cymbals. Shout out to Eric Gross at Zildjian. He's been helping me out a lot the past few years. He's come in clutch for like recording sessions, and when I need something breaks on tour, he's been as helpful as he can be. And then the rest of my shit, all shells, and my snare is actually a Ludwig Black Beauty at the moment. I'm rocking that for like a year now. It's like the best snare I've ever had. And then the rest, all hardware and shells are all DW. I have a Performance Series kit, and then like 9,000, 7,000 hardware.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what I love about your drumming is you hit really hard, and you still play fast, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you are like 100% committed to like every note.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's the formula.
You've got it dialed in, and like you've always played like that, man. Since you were younger. I mean, like when did you really start playing in bands, like playing out in Nashville?
When I was right out of high school, probably. The first band that I played like sick or like big shows with was Mother Adam. I don't know if you remember Mother Adam.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
But Mother Adam, and then it's funny because just about every band I've been in, Chris has played bass in it, and then Bleed the Pigs.
Lifelong homie.
Our first band before Mother Adam that turned into Mother Adam was Infidelity. That was Chris too and me, and then Chamber as well. So. Yeah.
There's like a lineage. There's like direct connection to Chamber.
It was pretty cool the way it worked out.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. You know, the other day, Gabe, I saw you like made some kind of post, like something to the effect of, you know, there's a lot of pressure on bands to keep writing, keep touring, keep playing shows, like basically like overworking themselves, and like just because like people's consciousness is so short span. Can you flesh that out a little bit more for people that didn't see that post and like what you were thinking, like when you wrote that?
Definitely. I mean, I don't know. There's like obviously an attentional and informational battlefield struggle going on for everyone. I think like just on an individual basis, like just as a person trying to exist, you're trying to tune out what you perceive to be bullshit and keep the good parts of all this noise around us. Some of it's from social media, but I don't know, there's an inherent level of noise to just like being a fucking human being in the modern world.
Yeah.
You know, like
I would call it a war for people's minds and attention.
Sure.
You know, it's straight up warfare, dude. You know.
So I mean, like on a personal level, I think we're all dealing with that, but also like on a touring band circuit level, I mean, dude, there's an immense amount of pressure on young bands to be doing the right things and be doing something. I think about this all the time, and we have these conversations. Like when we first came out, we were very fortunate to, I feel like based on the work that our previous bands had put in, especially in like the Southeast, we kind of skipped a couple of steps and got some cool support tour offers, which I'm very grateful for. But
now, did you guys have to pay for those back then?
No, we never did anything like that.
There's like this like conception that like if you get asked to tour with like Acacia Strain or like a big band, you know, like they just paid for that, or something like that. I don't think that's really true.
I think like
I think it's out there. I don't think it's as common as people think it is. Shit like that.
Yeah, but we got some really cool support tour offers that I feel extremely thankful to have gotten. You know, and it's like we didn't initially do that DIY touring very early on. You get these cool opportunities out of the gate, and then it's like, okay, it's time to actually. You cannot skip the work of going to these DIY venues and playing to 50 people. And I think we went through this period, like right when touring came back in the beginning of the pandemic, where it's like, oh, like we did these Counterparts and Acacia Strain tours. Why are there 40 people at our shows? Like, and people that maybe worked with the band and associated people were wondering that too. And it's like, you know, we felt like shit. You know, it did not feel good, but you don't get to skip steps. So it's like, you know, that whole situation coming out of that and realizing like, oh, we just need to go back to where we came from. And that's how you build a band. It has just instilled a sense of comfortability with not participating in the rat race of like, I don't know, like posting fucking skits on IG reels.
Fuck
like,
that.
Like, doing like feeling like, oh, we have to churn out like 1 million performance videos, like
well then you become that guy, then you become a skit guy,
or like we have to be schmoozing with the right, like, this makes me gag, but like industry people, and it's like, dude, fuck that. I just want to be involved in hardcore on a local and like regional level in the Southeast, like we always have been. And anything good in my life that has been associated with hardcore music has come out of the effort that we put in just in hardcore regionally, and especially here in Nashville. So it's like I feel no pressure to react to the pressure that I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
No, that's very mature of you to say that, bro.
Well, thanks. I'm just trying to fucking exist and play music that I think is cool. And all my favorite bands went away for periods of time. Maybe didn't do much, you know? And then they came back when they had something to do, something to say. And it's like, you know, we play fucked up music. We have no illusions about this being our meal ticket or like a way to climb the economic ladder. You know, like we just want to play fucked up music. That's all there is to it. And we're going to do it when we want.
Hell yeah, I love it,
That was kind of like a long-winded response.
No, that's good,
I'm just spilling my guts.
That's good. So you guys did a tour earlier this year with Officer Down, and like I think that kind of speaks to going out and just like playing to 50 people, 70 people. Taylor, talk about your experience with that tour, man.
I loved it, man. It was great. I love Officer Down so much, and I think kind of to echo some of what you just said. I hate the whole aspect of some sort of a rat race. Because I don't think that's what it is, but that's what it tends to feel like sometimes when you don't feel like you're doing enough of this or that. I think that's such a negative, stupid bullshit mindset, honestly. And I think it can take away from like the authenticity of your music or your product or whatever, your art. Like you just making the best shit you can possibly make and focusing on that.
Right.
And that's it.
And dude, I think you have to live a little bit of life.
For sure.
To actually come to the table in a recording studio with some good lyrics, you know.
Stupidest thing you can ever do is think like, we've got it figured out. It's perfect. Like we can always learn and figure shit out and do something cooler and do something better. But yeah, it was just like, it felt amazing to just like make it as simple as like, we fuck with this band, they're from our hometown, let's put on for them. That's as simple kind of as it should be, you know?
That's great.
And that's the kind of shit that we're trying to be about. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll be speaking to Oscar later today, so that'll be fun.
I love Oscar.
Haven't chatted with him yet, but I'm excited to.
Love him so much.
He's like one of the friendliest people ever.
Yes.
So
awesome. Now he like comments on the podcast sometimes, and I'm like, yo, that's sick.
He's sick.
We love you, Oscar. Yeah. So Taylor, you've been drumming, like you said, since high school, man. Like,
man.
As far as like, you know, your approach to drumming back then, technique-wise, and how you care for your hands, and I remember you would get like crazy blisters, and because of your aggressive nature with how you play. But what has changed, you know, since you started this, man?
I've tried a lot. I wore gloves for a couple years, and I think I stopped wearing gloves because that kind of made my hands like baby hands again, and took away like some of the callus I had built up, and I started getting blisters because my hands were so calloused I didn't get blisters for years. But I started wearing the gloves mainly because it helped with like stamina and like grip. But then I felt like some of the more chaotic, faster stuff we added, I couldn't do it with gloves on. I didn't feel like comfortable doing it with gloves on. So, but yeah, I've kind of done a full circle. Like I've tried everything, and then kind of figured out just like doing my traditional grip without gloves, and like just like kind of little things like not like using too much like moisturizer or like hand sanding on my hands before a set, because then it like makes my shit crack, and just little shit that you learn like that the hard way.
Damn it, dude, you're bleeding up there, and you got 4 more songs to play.
Quite a few times. Yeah.
That shit takes a toll on his body, bro. I'll tell you.
No, I know.
When we're on tour, he's fucking creaking, moaning, groaning. Sounds like a 2x4 getting cracked by the Hulk or something when he stretches his back out in the morning.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like I just turned 31. Like I'm not a fucking, like you said. I remember like being a fucking like just out of high school playing hardcore shows at the end and everything. And so yeah, it's like it's ironic that like we keep writing like music that's like harder and harder to play the older and like more out of fucking shape I get. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. So,
yeah, hell yeah, dude. So who were some of your influences early on as a drummer, and who are you like looking to now for just fresh, inspiration?
Early on, as a kid, like I was raised. My dad plays like bluegrass music, so like just like the obvious like classic rock guys were like my classic rock, and like blues guys were like my first influences. And then once I got into heavy music, it was like mainly the first big one was obviously Joey Jordison for me. I tried that's what made me be like, I'm gonna buy a double bass pedal when I was like 10, and like try to get into that shit. And then the more I dove in, I stole a lot from Ben Kohler. I stole a lot from Mario Duplantier, and obviously whatever that we as a band kind of tried to like lean on as a reference or influence, I would just kind of try to do my version of whatever that drummer would do when we were starting out. And then I kind of was like, damn, I have my own style.
You really like, do, man.
My own thing.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
And I've always tried to be, I know it's like, this isn't what you think of when you listen to Chamber. Like, whenever I have the chance, as we've progressed, I've tried to be a less is more kind of drummer. Like I said, when I have this small shimmer of an opportunity to do that. But yeah, that's basically make the crazy parts as crazy as possible, and then try to let everybody else shine when I'm not. Take a breather.
I just got a couple other questions for you guys, and I know because I want to let you hang with all the homies today. But what are some of the lyrical sentiments that might be going into the next batch of Chamber songs? Like, have you guys been like reflecting on anything in particular? I mean, like, things have changed like drastically since the pandemic, like BlackRock buying up all the homes, and it's harder for like millennials and Gen Z to like really build wealth and stuff in this world. I don't know. Those are some things. What are you guys like thinking about when it goes to like writing music?
Yeah. So lyrics have kind of become like me, Henry, and Jacob's department. I wrote most of the lyrics for this record just because that's how it ended up, and I like doing it. So I kind of like took the lead on that. Henry wrote like 3 songs, I think.
Henry's the other guitar player, right? And then Jacob's the vocalist.
Yep.
Cool.
Jacob's written a lot of the lyrics in the past, but I've always written lyrics for the band. The percentage amount changed a little bit for this one, but that's always kind of been how it's worked out. My reaction to how fucked up the world is right now, and it certainly is, has been to lyrically just like go inward. And I think the other dudes would say that too, because it's like, I feel like I don't have a good song about the state of like potential fascistic collapse in our country right now. I think I feel so inundated and surrounded with the evidence that our chickens are coming home to roost and the bleakness of that I'm like, you know what? No one needs to hear from me about how terrible things are.
There's enough idiots doing podcasts about that, right?
It feels like a water is wet kind of thing, and I don't mean to take away from how precarious things are right now in our country, but these songs are just like extremely personal and about like particular situations or patterns in our lives, or about like things that are horrible but everyone can relate to. You know, like Henry wrote a song about his grandfather who has dementia on this record, things like that, you know, that are very personal, but like, you know, people will read the lyrics and be like, yo, I've been through something like that, you know. So I mean, it's mostly just like me getting some negative fucking thoughts out and the other boys doing the same. That's kind of like our response. As I said a moment ago, like our response to the precarious state of the world / our country is like, okay, we're not touching that. We're just gonna go further inside ourselves a little bit.
It's a little bit safer. Yeah.
And it just feels good, you know? Like you look back at what you wrote and you're like, I felt that, I meant that. I don't know. No one needs me to tell them that things are fucked up. I feel like there are bands that do that very well. I'm not very good at that kind of song, you know? Like I've tried it before. Like we have a song in Cleansing Fire that I felt the words, you know? Like I agree with the sentiments. I just feel like they were delivered a little clumsily on my part, you know? And like that's kind of like put me off doing it, I guess. What's up? Come here. This is Henry and his dad, the
Henry,
Colonel. Get in here. Get in the frame.
We're doing an interview. This is the other guitar player, and I'm gonna move this camera over here because this one's about to go down. But yeah, man, we're doing an interview, and he was just talking about lyrical concepts and stuff like that. But maybe quickly, you guys could just talk about how you write music together. Since Henry's here,
I feel like I'm not the best person to answer this, but I feel like one of us, Gabe or me, just comes up with a riff, send it to the group chat, and say, "Hey, here's 40 seconds of music." Or, you know, just a good chunk of it. We'll get in a room, work it out. Tail, you know.
So you guys
work
are
his
definitely
magic with it.
Yeah, you're definitely a band that writes together.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of like they are definitely the main writers in the band, and
Battery exhausted.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The cameras are down, but we can keep. I'll put a picture or something up briefly.
Yeah, as far as like writing the actual music, it's these two. And then a lot of it is like the structure and like making the songs and editing and tweaking and putting it together as a whole. That's something we like to do with Randy in the studio. But we go there with like just a hunk of fucking and a lot of we have like a few demos, like stuff we know connects, but a lot of it is like we know it's going to connect. We know we have enough material that they are bringing to the table, and then we get together as a unit and like hash it out. And a lot of it ends up being like we'll do something on day 1 or 2 that we think is like great, yes, perfect, and then day 9 or 10 we'll be like, yo, what if we actually put that song, that riff that was in this song with this riff that's in this song that we're working on. And it ends up being moving a lot of shit around. But yeah, they're definitely responsible for like the riffs and like everything like that, for sure.
And then there is let me see this. There is a sizable percentage of the music that is written in the context of us being like, oh, fuck, we don't have nearly as much as we thought we did. And Randy's like, yeah, we need another riff. It's like, fuck, no. Like, completely under the gun.
Dang, dude, yeah. But
that's like a solid 50% of the new record, I feel like.
Yeah.
A lot of like last-minute stuff will happen where it's, hey, we have a ton at this BPM, but we don't have anything at 195. Write something at 195 right now.
Yeah.
Looking back on 2025 for the band, like, what memories do you guys have? Like, what are some things that stick out as like milestones for the band this year?
Playing with On Broken Wings was very sick. Getting to see that band live and like meet them and talk with them was probably the sickest part. Yeah, for me. And obviously making the record. That record, like making that record, I mean, I'm just speaking personally, but I feel like I speak for everyone. Like hardest shit we've ever done. It like broke me and put me back together again. It was awesome. So yeah, definitely those.
We're talking about our favorite parts of 2025.
Parts of 2025
band-wise, or I mean, like if you just want to tell us about a lovely day at home you had.
Yeah,
that's fine too.
I got a Blackstone this year. The shit was,
I have one too.
I did
nice.
too, Chris. It's fucking awesome.
I got a 4-burner. It's got the grease trap. Well, I think they all come with the grease trap, but it's nice. I got some liners for it. I don't know. My grandma died.
I'm sorry to hear that. What? Before we talk about that, what do you like to cook on the Blackstone, bro?
Man, you know, my grandma had this chicken recipe that was like a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of black pepper on there, but, you know, usually just like burger.
Man, you've been playing heavy music in Nashville for a long time, playing in different bands with like Taylor and Gabe. Like looking back on like the Nashville hardcore scene, man, like what do you miss about the old days maybe, and what do you love about what's going on today?
I don't know really what I miss about the old days. It's always been kind of cool, like, you know.
That's cool, dude. No, I kind of miss Cafe Coco a little bit. There's some good shows that I saw there.
Little Hamilton was dope. One of the first shows I went to was at Little Hamilton. What else? The Muse, obviously. Cafe Coco.
How about some memories playing with Chamber, man? What's like the show that you think about when you think about playing in Chamber? What's the show that just like blew your mind or shattered your expectations?
Honestly, probably like the first show we ever played. It
was fun, man.
It was Hanging Moon's last show, and we just like played 2 or 3 songs before the show even started, and people were still like, oh shit, and people were going crazy. Josh hit me in the head and he didn't mean to.
There's a video of Josh moshing to our set that like I'm honestly scared to distribute because I don't know what the statute of limitations on like causing someone a permanent brain injury is.
Was this at 70's house?
Yeah. Maybe I'll send you the clip. I'll have to ask you.
Maybe. How about you, Henry, man? Like you haven't been in the band quite as long as these guys, but like What are some memories that you have, like, over the years? Like, what's favorite Chamber memory?
My first show being opening for Whitechapel.
Oh, my
was
God,
insane. I played in a local band called Vital Part before I joined Chamber.
It's a bit of a jump there.
And like I played 4 shows with Vital Part, I think, and all of them were at the end or, like, Dark Matter or something like that.
The classics.
Gabe was like, hey, we need somebody to play guitar and fill in for a show and then an upcoming tour. It's 2 of 4 opening for Whitechapel in their hometown at a sold-out Christmas show, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, and like my dad drove down. My dad's gonna be here for this one actually, but both my parents, I think my uncle. I feel lucky that my family's down with
the heavy,
with me being in a band, and
yeah.
They always try to go to at least one show every tour. So the shows that my parents are at always mean a lot more to me. The Signal in Chattanooga when we opened for Wage War, my mom was there, and that was, I don't know, she had a really great time that show, and I think it opened her eyes to why I want to do this. Seeing my family kind of click with it has meant a lot to me.
Man, that's awesome. I just saw Whitechapel the other day, and it was one of the best heavy shows I've seen. I couldn't believe it, man. They had all these woodland, like, demon creatures up on stage, and I mean, Phil Bozeman, like, it's hard to find a better, like, metal vocalist than that guy.
I still go back to him with Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
Like, that video still gets played.
Yeah, crazy, man. Well, guys, talk to us about next year. Like, you want to plug anything that's coming up, or maybe talk about when you expect the music to come out, if
I don't want to put too much out there, but we will be putting out a full length next year. We've taken our time with it. We're all really proud of it. It's the best shit we've ever done. So, yeah, and then we're gonna see what happens after that.
And did you guys work with Randy on this new one as well?
Yep.
Dude, he's really got a signature sound, man.
He really does. And I think this is the best sound that we've ever had with him.
Amazing.
It just gets better and better with him. So
yeah, he's absolutely incredible, man. Like the recordings.
Absolutely.
You know it's going to be good.
For sure.
Say that again.
He knows how to get good things out of us.
Yeah, he
that's
challenges
cool.
us a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't take.
Sorry.
He knows what we want to go for, and he knows what we want it to end up sounding like. But he also kind of accepts pushback from us sometimes. If we say, no, we really want to do it like this, even if he, tries to get us to do something else because he really wants that. I really like that he respects us enough to say, no, we can do it like this, and we'll see this idea through. And he ends up stoked on it in the end.
Randy is amazing. Every band should try to work with him. He is obviously extremely talented. He's also, I've had some of the deepest, most painful laughs of my entire life with him. And I've also cried on innumerable occasions in front of him because he expects the best. Not that he made me cry, but just to illustrate, it's the most intense versions of whatever emotion I have felt with him, and it has just deepened an existing well of love that I've had for him over many years. He's the best. He's seen me and all of us in our most stressed out, worried states, wondering can we play this shit we wrote, etc., etc. And he's just a faithful guiding hand who you can laugh with, you can get serious with if you need to tell him some shit that's on your mind and heart. And also, if you're fuck, I'm not getting this part, and you need to have a good cry, you can collapse in this lovely man's arms. And he will pet your hair like a little child.
Oh gosh, that's great.
Thanks, Randy. Love you, bro.
I think it means that he cares about you. He's not going to let you put something out that is
sure.
less than what he thinks you're capable of.
Right.
And that, because people will just not give a shit these days and be like, yeah, put it out, man. Play shitty, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Any last words of wisdom you guys want to share with up and coming bands, people that want to be like Chamber?
Just keep doing the thing, man. Have fun. If you're not having fun, then you're not doing something right.
Taylor, you got anything, man?
No, that's what you said. That was it.
Just keep doing the thing.
Keep doing the thing.
But no, I was just going to say what Chris said is literally just the long and short of it. If you're not having fun, please just go do something else. Go become a tax attorney or something, because there are a million bands and we're all trying to do stuff. So just have fun. Do things you want to do and nothing else. And God bless you. Best of luck.
Guys, thank you so much for talking to me. I'm so excited. This was exciting to do. I didn't know I'd had the pleasure of getting you guys on here as well.
I'm glad I got to catch up with you, man. It's been too long.
Totally, bro. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah.
And I kind of disappeared from the scene for a few years,
dude,
just for some personal things, But it's good to be back, man. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for talking to me. I'm really excited to see you play tonight, and I'm even more excited for the new tunes. So
thank you.
Hell yeah, thank you guys. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hang your fucking head. You'll make me fucking Let's go.